Now, Stormwatch 12 weather with meteorologist Oliver Smith.
Well, taking a look towards the north from Grants Pass, you can see some cloud cover up towards the north. So over by Mount Sexton Summit, we do have some pretty thick clouds, which is hindering visibility. So if you're traveling up and down I-5 or know anybody heading this way tonight, they'll be encountering some fog in various parts of southern Oregon. But current temperatures right now, 45 degrees, northwesterly breeze at 10 miles an hour. So let's go ahead and talk about what's going on throughout the country. Here along the west coast, we've had high pressure dominating our weather pattern. Big disorganized bunch of clouds out towards our west, but not a real significant system. But if you do have friends and family over towards the Rocky Mountains, expect travel delays, especially from out towards Denver, because there's a wide area. It's kind of hard to see, but there is some purple winter weather advisories over by Denver. Also, winter weather advisories over by Salt Lake City. So both of those airports are under the gun now with snow and even a little bit of some rain, snow, or freezing rain in some parts of that area as well. So that could be a problem for people coming home for tomorrow or into Saturday as well. East Coast though, northeast, this is where usually the problems are, but it's high and dry, so perfect weather over in that part of the area. And for the southeastern part of the U.S., some rain and some thunderstorms, but not really expecting a significant delay for that region. So good news overall. Luckily for most people, if they're traveling out and about throughout the country, they're not really going to see a whole lot of weather delays except for the Rocky Mountains. Now for us here back home, we're going to be looking at some fog again developing overnight, especially east the Cascades, but we'll be looking at here into the Rogue Valley as well. And then temperatures will be dropping off tonight as well. So we're going to be looking at some colder temperatures throughout the region. But the good news is that when we do see the fog, we're going to see the sunshine come back into the afternoon. Now Saturday, it looks like the high and dry throughout the entire day, but what we could be looking at is more fog here in parts of the Rogue Valley as well. Now we're going to still be into a northerly flow, so just enough of a northerly flow to kind of scour out fog along the Oregon coast, but not so much here inland. And now we're going to stay into this pattern for the next couple of days, so with sunshine, especially into the afternoon, but we're going to have those cold mornings on hand. Now, as we get towards the middle part of the week, this is Monday, but way out here, we're going to have a system start to approach our region. So there's some interesting data with this particular system. This could actually move into California and miss us entirely. So there is a chance that we could be looking at some rain towards Wednesday and Thursday, but that depends on the movement on that particular system. But by the time we get towards the end of the week, it looks like we might finally get back into a stormier pattern. Now for tonight, from 2 a.m. to 9 a.m. for Friday, so we're going to be looking at some very cold temperatures into Northern California coast, the Northern California coast. Right along the immediate beaches, there's a frost advisory for tonight. There's a freeze advisory from Port Orford up towards the north in Coos County. So right along Port Orford, your temperatures will get very close to freezing, but it's going to be interesting because Brookings, you're not going to get anywhere near freezing. You're going to be looking at an overnight low of 42 degrees, but everybody else, it's going to be plenty cold. Most of us should get into the 20s for tonight, and for tomorrow, just a little bit warmer in Medford, 54 for us, 57 in Brookings, 36 though chilly out in Lakeview. And we could be looking at a frost advisory for Saturday morning as well for the same locations as well. So here's your 7-day forecast for the Oregon coast. We'll be into the 50s for the next several days. No real chance of rain until Tuesday, and that's iffy right now. For Northern California, high and dry through Tuesday, but your next best chance of rain will be Wednesday, but cold overnight lows into the teens and 20s. Klamath Basin, you're also going to be very cold for the next several mornings, most likely into the teens, maybe even to upper 20s if you're lucky, but 40s and high and dry. For the Cascades, maybe some rain and snow by the middle and end of next week, but 40s for highs, 20s for lows, so kind of a ho-hum forecast over there. And for the Rogue Valley, we'll be here into the 50s, morning fog, afternoon sun for the next couple of days.
So with all those freezing temperatures, as people start to prepare their Black Friday shopping list, they might want to get an ice scraper for their car, right?
Yeah, you're probably going to want that for sure.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Oliver.
Yeah.